Me to speak and give you a little heads up on how this all got started. And first of all, I'd say that it's all of these lovely women of the class of '66. We all came together, and this has been a joint effort. Our friends Judy Pundicio, Baird, and Danny Jo Ayers Alexander can't be with us this afternoon because they had family commitments and distance were issues, but they were just as equally involved. And I think that this whole process coming to this day has started about 45 years ago. That as we all came from our separate elementary schools to junior high, we started to form friendships that put down deep roots like this tree's going to do. And that we connected, and we have stayed connected, and we love and value each other very much. And as we went through high school, we had a lot of good times and a lot of interesting times, and we won't tell you about those. But after we graduated from high school, we all went in separate directions. We moved to different areas, we married, we grew up, we just went on with our lives. And then along came and some of us stayed in touch with one another, but for the most part, we kind of were doing our own thing. And then our 40th high school reunion came along. And that was such a significant time for all of us, in that we now had raised our families, we had our careers, and we were able to nurture these friendships that were so deep-rooted in Montclair. And so Garvie was the first person I saw at the 40th high school reunion when I walked in. He was there like the ambassador, and he hugged everybody and was truly happy to see them. And we happy to see him. But so soon after that, he was taken from us. And at the time of his death, you know, the cards are so supportive and the flowers are wonderful and the kind words, but we just felt there needed to be something a little bit more to pay tribute to Garvie and Sue and their family. And so we came up with the idea of a tree. First, the tree was going to go in Sue's yard, and we decided, or Sue decided, that maybe she might not be there forever. And then we talked about Stacy's yard. Well, maybe Stacy wouldn't be there forever. But where did Garvie belong? And Montclair High School was the place we decided. And so we're here today. We've planted this tree, we put this bench, and we want you all to always remember the great man that Garvie Craw was. He touched so many lives in so many ways. I've heard stories since he left us, and I have been just so thrilled to hear what a great man he became and will always be to all of us. So I thank you for being here today. That's how we got here.
I am just so touched. I know my whole family is touched. This show of support is just unbelievable. It's so wonderful. And I want to thank my dear girlfriends. They are remarkable, and just starting this, getting it going, and seeing how it developed, it's just been great. And Dave Cushman, thank you. He let us, all know. He was the person who put the word out. We're so appreciative of that. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit, a thing that sticks out in my mind about Garvie. And he would constantly say, I can't believe how lucky I am. I just am so lucky. How did I get so lucky? I have great friends. I've had wonderful opportunities. I have a wonderful family. How did I get so lucky? And I've been thinking about that. And I think part of that luck, or a good part of that luck, was because Garvie was courageous. He was full of courage. He was very bold. And there's another way to say that, but I won't say that. But he had the courage to be himself. You couldn't tell Garvie, what to say, what to think. He thought on his own. I remember when Garvie and I were dating in high school, my mother and father would say, that boy marches to a different beat. And they loved him for it, and we loved him for it. So I thank you all so much for being here and being able to show Garvie how much he meant and means to us. Thank you.
Yeah.
like to read. This is the mass card that the children and I picked out. It's about courage. Courage isn't a brilliant dash, a daring deed in a moment's flash. It isn't an instantaneous thing, born of despair with a sudden spring. It isn't a creature of flickered hope or the final tug of a slipping rope, but it's something deep in the soul of man that is working always to serve some plan. Courage was never designed for show. It isn't a thing that can come and go. It is written in victory and defeat, and every trial a person may meet. It's part of one's hours, one's days, and one's years, back of one's smiles and behind one's tears. Courage is more than a daring deed. It is the breath of life and a strong person's creed. Ronnie? Would you like to say a few words?